Hi everyone, it's Deb from Deb's RV Services and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk to you about an inspection I had this week where I was contacted by a client that wanted me to, she was from out of state, single mom, and she had a certain budget. She wanted me to inspect this fifth wheel for her, and it was a 2018 Forest River. So I was going to go out there to a private property, inspect it for her, and she wanted to know if everything worked okay so that she could travel across the country. So I agreed to do this inspection, and it was actually through a company called Pops RV. They help sell RVs for people that either have difficult time selling their RV or don't want to bother selling their RV. So they kind of handle taking all the pictures and advertising it and everything. So the representative contacted me and we made an appointment to go to this private seller. I gave my client all of the inspection requirements, where I need the water in the tank, I need the electric hookup, propane, all that stuff. So they were aware of it. So they were getting that handled, and they were kind of going back and forth with the representatives and the client that they were getting everything ready for the inspector, me. So I show up to the inspection and I was met by the Pops representative. Nice guy. We shook hands and everything. And then he told me that the RV was still winterized. I said, okay. Is there proper hookup? Is there water in the tank? He says, well, there's a hose right here. You can use this hose. And there is an outlet in the garage that's hooked up to the RV right now. And then if we need, we can use this generator. And I said, okay. So I go and take a look at the RV. I decide let's get the water hooked up. The water was not currently hooked up and there was no water in the tank. So I went ahead and added water to the tank. And then I had to get the water heater with the proper plug in it and switched off bypass. After I drained out, there wasn't antifreeze in there, it was just blown out. So I had to hook everything up and then get the water running. That's all extra time for me. And that's why I put that in my inspection report, that I want everything completed prior, because I spent an extra hour initially in the beginning of this inspection just fixing and handling everything so that I could do the inspection. So then there wasn't propane in the tank. And so the representative went and found a grill tank and he hooked it up so that I could then test everything. And I said, okay, fine. The representative left and I started doing my inspection. But before I went on the roof, I decided, well, let me go ahead and turn on the air conditioner because it was 100 degrees already. I wanted to get this thing cooled down, and then I wanted to get the water heater working on electric first because it takes longer, so that I can test the water and make sure that everything's good. Well, it popped a breaker. I couldn't get access to it. It wasn't a breaker in the RV, it was a breaker in the house. I couldn't get into the house because the owners weren't home and the garage was closed and there's a code. So I had to contact the representative. He had to come back. He got the code, opened up the garage. He didn't see anywhere to pop the breaker back. So we went ahead and just started using the generator. So we got that thing running. So after all that, I went ahead and got on the roof of the RV, and I found that there were lots of places that needed sealant. There were some at the front end corner and at the rear corner. There were some pretty significant gaps in the sealant that needed to be maintained. And there were also some other small holes in sealant around vent covers and stuff. So it definitely needed to have some work done up there. Then I noticed that the vent covers had tape on them. I mean, I can assume that maybe there was some hail damage or something because it was all three of them. So that was kind of odd. But I just noted in my report, it's not my job to guess why it happened. It's just my job to put down that there's tape on the vent. So after I got finished with the roof, I went down and I started looking around the RV itself, and there were some other areas that needed some sealant. And so I noted that. I went and tested the leveling jacks and they had an error code. So there was something going on. My guess, because I do understand a little bit about leveling jacks, is that it had a stroke error because when the levelers have to extend out too long and there's not blocks underneath, they will have a stroke error. And this is exactly what was going on. And there were no leveling blocks and it wasn't on a level enough surface. So again, it's something that I have in my report for my inspections is please make sure that the RV is in a spot where it's level. I need to just test that they can auto level and come back up. That's it. So that was an issue. And then when I looked at the tires, they were all dated 2017. So they all needed to be replaced. I didn't see checking on them or anything, and the tread was okay, but it doesn't matter because they were sitting and they are older than 5 years. And I would never want my client to take this RV out and have her tire blow out. That would be horrible. So I put that as a life safety item right away. So then I go into the interior of the RV and I start looking at everything. I test out the slides, and what I noticed with one of the slides was there was a crunching sound. As the slide was coming in, you could hear the crunching sound, and so that needs to be looked at. I don't know if that's minor or major because it depends on what they find. It could be a major repair. So I noted that, and then there was a leak at the sink, and the faucet the pressure was really low. So all the other areas where there's water, the pressure was fine. But at the sink, it was a really low pressure. So there's probably some kind of clog. Anyway, that with the leak, that all gets written up. So there were other little things that I found with the RV as well. And like things like broken light covers or lights not working. I found some in the interior, some in the exterior. I found a screen that wasn't on correctly. I found a broken shade. So when you see all these little things, they all tally up for a major repair. And that's something that I pointed out last week, is that there are a lot of things that I find in inspections. And I think in this inspection alone, there were close to 40 items that I found. So there's lots of little things. That's thousands of dollars. In this inspection right here, thousands of dollars. When I told my client she wasn't happy about all my findings, she saw the report and she said the report was so awesome because I could clearly see everything that wasn't working, because I put videos in there as well. Could clearly see all these things that were wrong, and she was so happy that she paid the money to get the inspection, because when she's looking at it from a standpoint of the Pops RV company, they have all these beautiful pictures in there. It just looks like everything works and everything's wonderful. If she wouldn't have gotten the inspection, think of what she would be in for monetary wise after she purchased this RV. And that was not in her budget. So she has the option to either negotiate the price or have the owner repair all of these items and then show that they work, and then she could still purchase the RV. I don't know if she purchased the RV or not. I don't think she was going to, because like I said, it wasn't in her budget and she wasn't happy with everything that I found. But I don't know. I didn't get a chance to find out yet if she went ahead and purchased it. But this is one of the reasons why these inspections are so important. And when you're out of state and you don't have anything but pictures to go on from the seller, you are really taking a chance that this thing has a lot more going on than what you're seeing online. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I want to let you know that I'm going to be in Utah. I am leaving Colorado shortly, and I will be spending at the end of August and then sometime in September in the Utah area. If you need an RV inspection in that location, please reach out to me. I will put where I'm located on my website. But I'm going to try to put my locator around the Salt Lake City area. I will just drive to that because I know that that's a location that is more of a city, and that should probably get more business. But I'm not sure how long I'll be there, and I'm not sure if I'll stay there. I really don't know. I might come back to Colorado. I go where I get work. I do try to have some fun and do things that I enjoy, which is I'm going to an event out in Utah, and I'm really excited about it. But I have to work full time, so I can't just go gallivanting around and having fun, all the time. even though I'd like to. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you're having a great summer, and I will see you on the next video.